It's your boy Eddie Steady 214. If you don't know, now you know. What up? What up? What up? How y'all doing? This is my Southern Opinion. We back, Eddie's World, episode 13. How's y'all day going? How's your week? Today we got some scumbags to talk about. Yeah. Some real life scumbags. Scum of the earth. Pieces of crap. Yep. Serial killers. That's what we got today. Serial killers. And like I say, it's some scumbags too. Some downright savages. Let's get right into this. I'll be right back. My Southern Opinion.
You just can't be great. That's why I love this.
The path to infamy is paved with blood. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 most chilling real-life serial killers in American history.
Let me do the same over one more time, because I know you guys pre-tape and you clip and stuff.
Number 10, Eileen Wuornos. She is one of the only female serial killers. Wuornos was abused during childhood and eventually became a prostitute to support herself. She went to jail multiple times for robbery, assault, and more, but her murders began in 1989. While her story often changed, Wuornos claimed all her victims tried to rape her before she shot them. By 1990, she was convicted of 6 murders, and she was executed by lethal injection 9 years later. In 2003, Wuornos' life story made it to the big screen, with Charlize Theron taking on the role of a monster.
To me, this world is nothing but evil, and all are iron.
9. Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler. While DeSalvo took the fall for these crimes, evidence suggests they were committed by more than one person. Panic struck Boston in the early 60s when 13 single women between the ages of 19 and 85 were sexually assaulted and strangled in their homes. The terror ended in 1964 when DeSalvo was arrested for rape. He soon confessed to being the Boston Strangler and was sentenced to life in prison in 1967. To this day, some proclaim his innocence, but he was found in jail in 1973.
She was really fighting viciously, and I just like, no, trying to life, no, for life.
Number 8, the Zodiac Killer. Identity unknown. The Zodiac Killer plagued California in the late 1960s and early 70s by stabbing and gunning down innocent people. During this spree, the killer sent letters to local newspapers and police in which he claimed responsibility for a total of 37 murders, though police only credited him with 5 stabbings and shootings. Zodiac also left coded messages he claimed revealed his true identity, but they were never cracked. The most prominent suspect in this case was Arthur Lee Allen, who died of kidney failure in 1992. However, most experts agreed he was not the killer. The case remains unsolved. Number 7. David Berkowitz, the son of Sam or the 44 caliber killer. The Son of Sam crimes terrified New York in the mid-1970s. Around the same time, Berkowitz allegedly joined a cult, and he later claimed his fellow cult members actually committed some of the crimes. For his own motive, he asserted that his neighbor's demon-possessed dog instructed him to kill. He cryptically explained this to police and media in a series of letters. Finally, after receiving a parking ticket near one of his shootings, Berkowitz was captured. In 1978, he was sentenced to 365 years in prison for 6 murders and 7 attempted murders. He has since become a born-again Christian and is a counselor for disturbed prisoners. Number 6. Ted Bundy, the campus killer or lady killer. Law student Bundy used his charm and good looks to lure multiple women to their deaths. The turning point in his life came when he was dumped by his first love. His first confirmed murders took place in the mid-1970s, and he continued to evade police across multiple states for years by using his forensic knowledge. To gain his victims' trust, he dressed as an authority figure or with a cast. He then hit them over the head, raped, and then strangled them. Bundy blamed pornography for his crimes, and he admitted to over 30 murders, though many have not been confirmed. He died in the electric chair in 1989.
I've met a lot of men who were motivated to commit violence just like me. And without exception, every one of them was deeply involved in pornography without question.
Number 5. Dennis Rader, the BTK killer.
Got her a glass of water, comforted her a little bit, and then went and tied her up and put a bag on her head and strangled her.
On the exterior, Rader's life was normal. He was married, had kids, and held down steady jobs. However, in 1974, the BTK, or Bind, Torture, Kill Killer, began murdering people in Kansas by various means. Shortly thereafter, he taunted authorities with letters that described his crimes. Rader's last known murder was in 1991, and over a decade later, the case went cold with no suspect. However, in 2004, BTK resumed communications and made a number of mistakes that got him caught. Rader was sentenced to 10 consecutive life sentences with no possibility for parole for 175 years.
Did you know you can receive free cell phone service? That's right. Thanks to the government's Affordable Connectivity Program, you can enjoy unlimited data, talk, and text on one of America's largest and fastest 4G, 5G networks. Cut your costs without cutting your coverage. If you receive federal benefits like Medicaid or SNAP, then join the 2 million Americans who save hundreds with Q-Link Wireless. Sign up is fast and easy. So get
Number 4. Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer.
Guilty.
He proved you can get away with murder for a while. Ridgway was violent in his youth. At age 16, he stabbed a 6-year-old who survived. He eventually began frequenting prostitutes despite unwavering religious beliefs. In fact, many of his murder victims from the 80s and 90s were prostitutes or runaways whom he picked up, had sex with, strangled, then dumped near the Green River. After being suspected and cleared early in the investigation, Ridgway was finally arrested in 2001. He then confessed to 71 unconfirmed murders and was sentenced to 48 consecutive life terms in 2003. Number 3. Ed Gein, the Plainfield Ghoul or the Mad Butcher. This Wisconsin native inspired not one but 3 of the most famous movie killers. The effeminate Gein grew up with a deep attachment to his abusive mother, and he eventually decided he wanted to become a woman. Only 3 murders were actually attributed to him, but he was terrifying because he robbed graves and murdered in order to form a woman's suit he could wear. When authorities searched his house after his capture, they found paraphernalia made of human body parts littering his home. Gein died of cancer while incarcerated for 1 murder in a mental institution in 1984. Number 2. John Wayne Gacy, the Killer Clown. Gacy is why we're all afraid of clowns. This seemingly upstanding citizen dressed up as Pogo the Clown for local children's parties. However, behind the scenes, he molested teens who worked for him, in addition to other crimes. He spent 18 months in jail for sodomy before he moved and continued assaulting young boys. The murders began in 1972. He mostly assaulted, then strangled employees of his landscaping company and other male youths, then buried them around his house. He was finally convicted of 33 murders 2 years later. Gacy was executed by lethal injection in 1994.
What was your initial emotional response?
Tone down the cross. Get rid of it. Even once you bury somebody, it was already gone.
Number one, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Cannibal, the Milwaukee Monster. Dahmer first became known to police as a registered sex offender. However, the murders began in 1978. Dahmer often picked up his male victims in gay bars and had sex with them before drugging and killing them. When the police finally searched his apartment, they found decomposing corpses and body parts, as well as photos of his victims in various states of torture. Dahmer is also said to have engaged in both necrophilia and cannibalism. In 1992, he was sentenced to 15 life terms, but he was beaten to death by a fellow inmate 2 years into his term.
I should have stayed with God. I tried and failed and created a Holocaust.
Do you agree with our list? Which serial killer do you think was the most despicable? For more informative top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
All right, so they forgot about H.H. Holmes, serial killer. They had a whole hotel. He had set up like with a bunch of traps, and he was killing people. You go in his hotel, you don't make it out. A lot of these on this list have been made into movies. John Wayne Gacy, Killer Clown, that's it. I don't know who, but Freddy Krueger's based on somebody too. Making me want to tell my daughter the boogeyman is out there. But don't be looking for a creature when you look for a boogeyman. Look for a white man with a button-up shirt and a tie. That's the boogeyman. Watch out. All right, Jeffrey Dahmer, number one on the list. Straight scumbag, right? Pedophile. My bad. Get this mic in. Yo, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, you're a pedophile. All right. All right. Yeah, you're a pedophile. Jeffrey Dahmer was born. His mom was popping a bunch of pills. She get jiggy with it, right? Pill popper. Dorky white boy. You know what I'm saying? Grew up, probably got picked on. And when you don't fight back from getting picked on, that led him to probably pick on somebody else who was a little bit more defenseless, which was animals. So the dude would cut on animals and cut them up, cut their skin off, abuse animals. He moved a lot also. So one time he moved 3 times in 1 year. Came across his first victim. dude named Stephen Hicks, a hitchhiker. He said he want to take him back to the house, drink, smoke with him. Let's get stoned, drinking and smoking. I think he had touched his leg or something. Dude, like, what you doing? Like, oh man, seeing how you been looking at me, man. Don't worry about it. They was like, nigga, you tripping. I'm gone. Dude grabbed a dumbbell and beat him to death. That was his first victim. That was his first taste of blood. After that, the sick fool got turned on by the dead body, did some sexual stuff to himself because of the dead body. Dude just weird. Did some weirdo shit. I'm not going to get into detail like everybody else be doing. He just did some sexual shit to a dead body and to himself. All right, moving on. He go to the army, becomes an alcoholic, goes to the army as a combat medic. In 1982, he go back to his grandma's house. He back with Grams, staying at grandma's house. You know at grandma's house you can get over. So he back at grandma's house. Next thing you know, he doing the damn fool. Start going to a bathhouse, meeting dudes. He got a bunch of volumes. You know, he probably stayed with grandma. Grandma got them volumes on deck. He got some volumes. Volumes make your ass feel drunk, put your ass to sleep. He putting that in niggas' drinks. Niggas falling asleep. He raping them when they sleep. Taking something. Dirty motherfucker. So he doing this time after time again. He eventually end up getting caught. He get banned from the bathhouse place. Fucking dumbass. He get banned from the bathhouse place. It's nasty ass. Keep on doing the same stuff though. He meet dudes, pop a pill, and they drink, put them to sleep, rape them. Next thing you know, he has his next victim. Kills another person. Another person. Another person. And you know, this is all white privilege, man. That's what I do when I think about Jeffrey Dahmer. I think about white privilege because he could have been caught. That first victim, he was in a car with the body parts chopped in pieces. Only reason why you dismember a body, by the way, is to try to get away with it. That means you done did some thinking to where if you chop the body up, separate the skin from the bones, crush the bones with a sledgehammer, put it back in the trash bag. You know what I'm saying? Put it out like, for that week's trash. Hopefully they come pick it up, no problem. Don't even look at it. They just come grab it. It's gone. You ain't got to worry about it. They don't know where it came from now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. That's what he kept doing. I mean, and that's work though. You think about it, he was doing some of this stuff at his grandma's house. How could he clean up the blood that good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how the scenes wasn't bloody, especially if you cutting on bodies. This whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing is just weird, man. How he got away with it for so long. And like I say, wasn't no traces of blood, wasn't no stankness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure, when your soul leave your body, whatever that motherfucker get to rotting, that's a smell that you can't just cover up with no cologne or nothing, it's this whole thing is just weird, man. But that's white privilege though, to the utmost. And if you don't know what white privilege is, you probably white. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with it. So of course you wouldn't notice it. But you see it though. If you another race, you see it. We know what that is. We may not talk about it and say, but everybody know what that is. There's another thing about Jeffrey Dahmer that, well, one occasion he had some body parts chopped up in grocery bags. He was driving reckless. Law pull him over. They said, "You driving reckless." He said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, officer. I'm wanting to get up early in the morning, get a jump on my laundry." Law officer take a glance at the trash bags and say, "Man, get on up out of here, man." You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean, white privilege. Had that officer, shame on that officer. Shame on that officer. Because he could have prevented lives from being taken. He could have prevented people getting killed by Jeffrey Dahmer. He just let him go. He didn't search him. He didn't give him no kind of, where you going, what you say you got in there in the back. Oh, that's laundry. You mind if I take a look? You know what I mean? It's because, some people that would have happened to. That's racially profiling. White person, go ahead and go about your business and got bodies in the trunk. It's crazy, man. Yeah, that's what I see when I see Jeffrey Dahmer, man. A couple of cases. Next time he had one, he was torturing a little 14-year-old boy. The boy escaped. He even had blood coming from his private part. He escaped, chased down the lady, seen him, chased down somebody just to see him, try to help him. The lady see him, help him. She called the police. Police come. I'd be damned if the police let the little boy go back with Dahmer. They didn't expect nothing of it. They didn't know he running from him. That little boy got killed because of him, because of that law, because of that police. You don't even care too much to do some, investigating a little bit. It's just cool for this grown man to leave with this child. That's crazy. That's another occasion. White privilege, man. And many other serial killers. This whole thing is just gut wrenching. If you've seen check out Tubi. There's a show called Fresh Meat. It's a documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer. I haven't seen the Netflix movie. I probably won't watch it because it's just Hollywood glamorized of it. I know once you've seen the documentary, you done seen the real deal. You done seen photos, actual. You know what I mean? It's I can't say I won't never watch the Netflix special, but right now I have no interest in it. I just got to watching a real documentary of it. So that wouldn't be nothing but a Hollywood glamorized and instead of the documentary meat and potatoes, get straight to the point, everything. It's gonna be a lot of Hollywood and acting and filler. I feel like in that show, but this episode was inspired by that. Serial killers, man. In the comments, let me know. Put your serial killer talk in the comments. Jeffrey Dahmer ended up getting arrested, meeting his fate. And when he went to prison, he only was there maybe a year or two before he got beat to death. Inmates got a hold of his ass. And yeah, they treated his ass like a human pinata. But this is Eddie's World. Um, Real quick little episode. I had to get on serial killer. There's a lot more, but hey, I gotta go take care of some business. This is a I guess what you call a half of an episode. You know what I'm saying? We holler at y'all next week. This is Southern Pin. Holler at y'all later. Yeah.